In this video, we're going to learn how crazy it is to live with Elizabeth Warren as your U.S. Senator. Red State. Elizabeth Warren gets brutal fact check when she spreads student loan forgiveness lie. So she's all about the student loan forgiveness, which is really just a giant wealth shift from fairly upper income people to lower income people. So, I mean, why she's for this when she's the champion for the little guy, I don't know. But let's take a look at this article. Just as a backgrounder, you should remember that even Nancy Pelosi says that the president does not have the power to grant loan forgiveness. Let's listen to Nancy.
People think that the President of the United States has the power for debt forgiveness. He does not. He can postpone, he can delay, but he does not have that power. That has to be an act of Congress.
But that didn't stop Elizabeth Warren from last night tweeting this. Let's be clear. Oh, by the way, if you haven't had the pleasure of observing Elizabeth Warren for the last decade or so, whenever she says, let's be clear, we're coming for a lot of self-anointed self-righteousness, right? Yeah, and probably also a big whopper of a lie. So just, it's a pattern. She uses this phrase all the time. Let's be clear. Yeah, when she's preaching to you and then is ready to lie to you. But anyways, let's be clear. The president has the legal authority to cancel student debt. But even though we heard that from Nancy, Elizabeth Warren doesn't care about the facts. It's actually not true. That's why Twitter fact checked her last night. It's demonstrably not true, as this fact check says. After being blocked by two different federal district courts, Biden's plan to cancel up to $20,000 in student debt per student in student loan debt for eligible borrowers is going to the Supreme Court. So the whole issue is going to the Supreme Court. Why would you have to argue something at the Supreme Court if it was clear that the president had the legal authority? You wouldn't, right? You wouldn't have to argue it at the SCOTUS if it was perfectly clear that he had that authority. And the fact check links to two credible articles, Wall Street Journal yesterday, which did come out before her post, but I mean, she knows this anyways, but she just writes out the tweet. Anyways, Supreme Court to decide whether Biden administration can provide mass student loan forgiveness. So let's be clear, Elizabeth. It's not clear that the president has this authority. That's why you're going to the Supreme Court to argue that you have the Supreme Court will make the final decision, let's be clear, of whether or not the president actually has that. You have an opinion. We all have opinions, right? You know how that phrase goes. But it's only the Supreme Court that will make the decision. And it doesn't look good for the Biden administration. Also quoted here, same type of story, but from CNET, your better guide to the future. Student loan debt relief goes to Supreme Court. What happens next? So clearly, it's not clear. I love Hayden Cunningham's tweet on this. He retweeted Elizabeth Warren. Whenever politicians say, let's be clear, the next sentence to follow is always one of the biggest and most obvious lies you've ever heard. That's true, Hayden. Good job. Warren is so wrong about what is and isn't legal authority that only people who should get their student loans canceled are the law students who had her as a professor. Touche, Hayden. Good job. Now, if we were to look behind enemy lines here at our Massachusetts media, would we find any coverage of this? Of course not. Here for the Boston Globe, at the top of the page, first off, you get an advertisement for Alexa so they can spy on you. And then we get pictures of Biden meeting Prince William at the JFK Library. More pictures of Prince William and Kate, their final day in Boston. The royal couple has been all over the place. Martha's Vineyard Bank details. No, local murder, which was awful. No, Patriots. No, nothing here about the fact that Elizabeth Warren lied to us. Nope, not going to find that here in the Massachusetts Boston media. But that's what it's like to live behind enemy lines in Massachusetts. It's like Pravda. It is Pravda. It is Pravda. And it's Baghdad Bob. the other day we had one of our other U.S. senators collude with a Washington Post reporter to create a fake account on Twitter. Did he get in trouble? No, he got praised here in Boston for creating a fake account. It's just how things work here and on the liberal media or far left media all across the country, as you know. Hey, I'm John F. Gately. You can call me Jack, broadcasting to you from beautiful Plymouth, America's hometown. In Massachusetts, behind ideological lines. Thanks very much for watching. Have a great day.